I'm back. I guess I should explain what was wrong. Apparently this semester decided to be the semester from hell. I decided to take astronomy, which I thought, yeah, I'm gonna learn about the planets, the solar system. I like that stuff. I love a School Bus episode where they managed to go through the entire solar system in one, school day. I can learn about this. No Bob. No big. And then I get there, and it's like, oh no, this is advanced physics. Yay. Mind you, the girl who can't do math is now taking an advanced physics class. I didn't do that good in college algebra, so I'm like, holy crap. So what happens is, I bombed my first test completely. Like, I was bawling. I was a little baby. And I'm like, oh my god, what am I going to do? The add drop period is over. I don't know what's going to happen to my GPA. Then, thankfully, I do really well on my second test, a little bit lower on my third test. Final test, get it up there. Essay, which is worth 20% of my grade, I get a 95. Press participation, I get, the full points. And so now, I have a B-. Yeah. And my science requirement is out of the way, and now I'm this much closer to graduating college. And oh my god, I'm going to graduate college in like a semester. And it's making me insane. And you guys have been watching me since I was like my junior year of high school, and now I'm about to graduate. Holy crap, I feel old. Actually, yeah, the summer of my right before my senior year of high school is where I started doing YouTube, and now I'm about to graduate as a senior in college. Full circle, guys, just full circle.
This episode is all about moms, because as they say, a boy's best friend is his mother. But we do not condone dressing up as her after she is dead. That is too much. I decided to make this video because I feel like the mom archetype is very particular. It's a very particular side of how women are treated and women are conceived in TV, literature, the media in general. Most of the time, moms are killed off because moms are supposed to be, eternally loving, eternally kind. They hold you in their bosom forever and ever and ever. And, we feel calm, secure with them. And so, a mother is something that people find comfort in. That's why you kill them. Because when you kill off the mom, you kill off the umbilical cord, you cut it down straight, and you basically lose unconditional love. And that's something that we always strive to find in the real world, true love to a degree. So when you lose your mom, you kind of lose that. However, that standard of your mom being the bestest, truest love you can ever have is sometimes kind of shitty. So what happens to the moms who aren't killed off, who do manage to make it into even the main cast? Well, we only like a particular kind of mom. We love our perfect, eternally loving, eternally kind, sweet, generous, flaw-free mommy, because we want mommy to be mommy. She needs to take care of us and feed us and nourish us. Mommy exists for us. And when a mother character doesn't exist for her children, same thing with like a wife character doesn't exist for her husband and her children, we're kind of like, this bitch cray. Are you happy with your life? Are you, disappointed with the way things have turned out? Doesn't matter. You have children now. You have to care about them above anything else. If you don't just love your children, you are a bad, bad mother, a bad person, you're horrible, and you should die, because we should just love babies and babies all the time. And it's very specific towards mothers, because unfortunately, men are not shown to be in caregiving positions enough. And I think it's unfortunate because my father was not my primary caregiver, because I do live in a two-parent household, but he was the one who, did all this thing that moms are supposed to do. And, it's a double standard. There are men who are out there who do those roles, and they should be acknowledged. However, in the media, it is expected for dads to be distant, for dads to have more going on in their lives than, and that their kids can't always link with them. Whereas with moms, it's like, you can't have those flaws. You have to be there for us constantly. And this is kind of, it takes a person down to one part of who they are. You can't just be a mother. Once you get married and have kids, you don't stop being who you were before that. But that's not how we really view these characters. A great example of this that came up recently was in the episode The Crocodile from Once Upon a Time. In this episode, we get a little bit to the character Rumpelstiltskin's past. And spoilers for Williamson's episode, sorry, but I need to make this point. In the episode, his wife, Mila, or Mila, whatever the hell her name is, she is unhappy with her life, and she decides to basically skedaddle and go end up with, like, she goes out with some pirates. And she leaves Rumpelstiltskin and she leaves her son Bay. And we're supposed to think that she's this horrible person, so that when, she gets killed by Rumpelstiltskin, we're kind of like, she kind of deserved it, she was a bitch, whatever. But it's like, we don't know anything about how she felt about the situation. We see that she feels trapped because basically there was this ogre war, and Rumpelstiltskin was her husband, and he didn't want to fight because he was a coward. And because of that, she and their family became very stigmatized in the community. And while I'm not saying that, not fighting in war is a sign of cowardice, because, there are reasons why you don't want to support a war. When you live in a community like this kind of like fictional medieval-ish place that they're kind of making up, and you have all these men and sons who are going to war, and even women too, because they were taking women as the war was going on. So I have all these men, women, and children fighting in this war, and your husband's going to be the only one in town who's like, nope, I'm backing out of this. Not even for moral reasons, just because he's afraid to fight. You can understand why that would lead to them being stigmatized. And she wants to leave. She's like, let's just leave. We can take the whole family, start over again. And he's like, no, I'm cool here. I like it here. This is my shit. This is my place. I'm not going nowhere. And so he doesn't meet her halfway. So she wants to go live her life and get something better. So she just leaves. So, her side is kind of ignored. It doesn't matter because she left Bay. She was a bad mother. What kind of mother could you have been to leave your son? Maybe she didn't want to be a mom. Back in those days, you had choices, but it was expected for you to be a mom in some cases, especially like in those kind of fictional medieval worlds. Like, you had to be a mother, and it's like, what if I don't want that? Too bad. Get married to, because obviously if you look at the characters, like Mila looks a lot younger than Rumpelstiltskin's character, so it could have been arranged as well. We don't know. We only know that she's a mom, and now she has to not care about what she wants because now she's got kids. And it is important for parents when they decide to become parents to do so and put it before them. But it's also important to understand that you are still human, and people don't stop being human because they have kids. And not every person is meant to be a parent. Not every woman is meant to be a mother. Not every woman, just because she has the capacity to give life, should. And when they do give birth and they are, feeling like down about it, there's no support for them. It's like, no, suck it up. Babies are important. Love the children. Forget about your feelings. No one cares. And then the flip side about that is that if you do have a mother character, which I don't even like calling them mother characters, but a lot of the times they'll just be a mom character, but when they are more than that, it's always like brought down to just being mom characters. So I'm sorry about this kind of like general way of putting it, but I feel like you get the point of why I put it that way, so yeah. But yeah, if you have a character who is maternal or has kids, it's just better for her to just be all about her kids and to be about everyone else's kids. And I think a great example of this is Catelyn Stark from A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones. She gets a humongous amount of shit. One of the main reasons that people dislike her is because of her treatment of the character of Jon Snow. For those of you who don't know, basically, she and Ned were arranged to be married. During the first year of their marriage, he hid it, and then he had to go fight the war. And then she gets pregnant, she has Rob. Then he comes back with a bastard child. Is like, here, we're gonna raise it in our home, in our house. And she just, like, she forgives Ned, but she never really cares for Jon. And GRRM Martin did an interview, and he explained, I'll put the quote in the, in the box below. He said that, like, Kat was always just very cold to Jon. Other than that one time where, like, she said it should have been you, which, everyone talks about her. She was up all night. She was, distressed about her own son's life. She was not in the best frame of mind, and she says it should have been you. And everyone just took that and was like, oh my god, she's abusive, and she hated him, and she beat him, and blah, blah. But it's like, she never did that. She just never really was kind to him. She never liked him. She was never, like, for him. She didn't like him. And she was cold towards him, but she never abused him. She never treated him, like, really malignly. But everyone says, like, why didn't she forgive him? Why didn't she be nice to him? She should just been his stepmother, blah, blah, blah. It's like, wait. What about her feelings? Like, we all care about Jon's feelings, because he's a young one, so we feel like, oh, it feels so bad for him. And don't get me wrong. She's wrong for being mean to Jon. Her treatment of Jon is a character flaw. Because, you see, she's a character. And as being a fully fleshed out character, she has flaws. Things that we're supposed to see as a negative about her. Her not liking Jon is certainly a negative. Okay? But it's not the only thing about her. And it's like, even though it's a flaw, I don't know, excuse it, why is her side of this issue kind of completely burst up? Like, it doesn't matter what she thinks. She's a grown woman. She should not care about anything. It's like, your husband, who you barely know, comes back with another woman's child, and you supposed to just care about that child? Like, what? What? No. Don't get me wrong. Like, first of all, the whole stepmother thing. She's not his stepmother. Okay? It's not as if she married Ned already knowing that Ned had babies. No. She married Ned. Ned comes back. First year of marriage. They've barely known each other. Already a bastard kid? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'd be like, what? No. So, yeah. And then the other thing is, like, what's the other thing that everyone always brings up? Is like, she should just care for him because he's innocent. Like, this is this whole thing about this whole maternal thing and about, like, being a mom. That's not her child. It's not her job to be his mother. It is not her duty, because she is a woman, because she has a vagina, because she has other children, to be everyone's mother. That doesn't make any sense. Like, just because, you know, my mother is my mother, she should care about everyone else's child? No. Like, there's a sense that we're supposed to, you know, like, every woman is supposed to have this uniform maternal, I gotta take care of the babies, and love them, and hold them, and squeeze them. No one's mother is perfect, and no one's mother is just a mother. You know, just like no one's father is just a father. It's more about it. And all of their emotions and feelings are taken away when they become maternal characters. And what frustrates me, especially with the cat thing, is just like, everyone wants her to be, you know, super special mother. But, like, Ned's failures as a father, no one cares about. No one will bring up how Ned has also failed his children. But it's like, Cat ruined everything. Cat's horrible. Cat did this. Cat did that. Cat did everything. Cat is responsible for everything wrong in the world, but Ned didn't do anything wrong ever. Same thing with Cersei. Don't get me wrong. Is Cersei wrong for Joffrey and how Joffrey turned out? Absolutely. Ain't taking anything away from her. She definitely helped make him cray. But, he had two fathers. Not just one, two. Robert didn't take care of him, didn't do anything with him. The one time he spent time with him and Joffrey was kind of like not all right in the head because of that thing with the kittens, he just spanked him and that was it. And then you have Jaime, the biological father. He does nothing. He does nothing to help raise Joffrey, to help Joffrey in any way. And he's always there because he's the King's Guard. But no, all Cersei's fault. Cersei did everything wrong. No one else did anything. It's all her. Always. And it's just, it's frustrating because it's not the same. If it was like, if we were blaming Cersei and blaming Robb and Jaime, it would be fine. But no. One person gets to blame, and even though some people will blame them, because don't get me wrong, there are people who will split it up. But for the general consensus, it's like, Cat's fault for everything. Cersei's fault for everything. Mommy messed up. Mommy ruined my life. I don't know what's going on. And it's frustrating to see because it's not fair. And it's also just stupid. Like, that's the only way you can write a female mother, is be like, you're just a mom and you have to take care of me. If you don't take care of me, you don't love me. And the thing about Cat's character in Game of Thrones, well, not in Game of Thrones, more of A Song of Ice and Fire, is that she is not just a mom archetype. There's so many other layers to who she is, you know. The fact that she knows about politics, the fact that she's, you know, involved in, you know, knowing stuff about, you know, the war. She's more than just a mom. In fact, the first part of her leaving, you know, Winterfell and going is her becoming, you know, is her breaking away from just being a mom and actually getting involved in stuff, trying to figure out what's going on. And that's not brought up. It's always like, she failed because she's not home with Rickon and Bran and blah, blah. Like, okay, neither is Ned, but he's fine. But it's just an uneven thing. And a good subversion of this whole thing, I think, that was really good, was the movie Brave, where you had that mother-daughter relationship, and even the Joy Luck Club, which is the book by Amy Tan, which really talks about, you know, mothers are not just people who just appear and like, oh, you're going to always take care of me and feed me. They have their history. They have what made them themselves. And it's so often ignored, and it's frustrating because as a result of ignoring those things and ignoring the flaws that, you know, mothers and wives and those kind of people can have, we have created this idea that if they're not perfect, something's wrong with them. And therefore, everything that they do that doesn't make them perfect moms or wives, sometimes makes them horrible people. sorry for blathering on, but I missed you guys and I wanted to make sure, you know, I did a bunch of talking, and I did. So my next video, which I'm doing 2 today because I owe you that because I haven't seen you in a long time, and I apologize for that. As I explained before, school. But anyway, the next video that I'm going to be doing is a review of a series that is not particularly well liked, but I will sort of explain why I like it even though it's kind of crappy, and I understand why there's hate for it. See you later!